Are you getting ready to buy a house and a little bit worried about getting your offer accepted, about getting your financing taken care of, and whether or not you're going to be happy in your new place? It's okay. All of those things are completely normal feelings, and we're going to talk about the 5 things that successful home buyers do that are going to put, well, most of that stuff to rest. My name is Andrew Finney, your real estate geek. If you need help finding a top agent where you live, or if you simply want to drop me a line to say hello, my contact info is below. If you're new here, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel now and like this video. For reference, I upload 6 days a week, so be sure to tap the bell icon and YouTube will notify you of the next one. Thank you. Okay, team, so let's take a closer look at this. There's 5 core things that all successful home buyers have in common, whether it's a first-time home buyer, second home buyer, third-time home buyer, what have you home buyer, right? There are 5 things that they get right each and every time. Let's make sure that you're a successful home buyer by going over the next 5 tips and make sure that you put them to use right away, okay? So the tip number 1 is successful home buyers always get a financial loan pre-approval. Always, always, always want to get that taken care of. Whether you're in a seller's market, a buyer's market, or even a stabilized market, sellers are not going to take your offers seriously unless you have a loan pre-approval letter. A loan pre-approval letter means that a lender has taken the time to review the last 2 years of your tax returns, your most recent 1-month pay stubs, and 2 months of your bank statements. So if they have not done that and a lender has not asked you for that, then you do not have a loan pre-approval letter. Make sure that the lender is on top of their game by making sure that they're doing those jobs. And if you're wondering where do you find a good lender, well, as opposed to believing all the hype is getting it approved in as little as 15 minutes, you want to make sure that you get a trusted real estate advisor that's going to be able to direct you and assist you in finding a top local loan officer to assist you. The reason being is this. Yeah, sure, it'd be nice and sexy if you could get approved for in as little as 15 minutes, but the reality is by the time you get your tax returns verified, by the time you get your 2 months bank statements verified, your 1-month pay stubs, your employment situation taken care of, it takes longer than 15 minutes. So it can happen pretty rapidly so long as that you have everything ready to go. But a successful home buyer will always complete that process first, because this is the reality of what I see in real estate practice all the time. I get a call from Zillow, Trulia, Realtor, somebody online, maybe somebody hitting me up off my website or something, right? And they're like, Andrew, I want to go check out a house. My first thought is always the same. I'm sure you do. Have you talked to a lender about the numbers yet? No. Okay. So if we get to that house and you really like that house, what are we going to do? Well, we'll want to buy it. We'll want to write an offer on it. How are we going to write an offer without having a loan pre-approval letter? Oh, I see. So I guess I should really get a loan pre-approval letter first, huh? Exactly. And actually the first thing that you'd want to do is set a buyer consultation meeting, get clear on what you're looking for in your new home by setting a time to meet with me at the office, right? So that'd be the first step, is actually meeting with a trusted real estate advisor in person. The reason being that a trusted real estate advisor is going to know the good local loan officers they introduce you to and the ones that are going to be able to assist you and review your options with you. The second thing that a successful home buyer does is they know what they want. And you might be thinking, well, Andrew, how am I supposed to know what I want until I've seen it? Well, that's simple. In short, you know whether you need a 2-bed, 3-bed, 4-bed, 5-bed, right? You can know these things before you go into it, or you can have an idea of what you would like to have and just be realistic with your price point and the current market conditions. Because what happens is this is the most expensive purchase in your life, right? Buying a home is the biggest investment many of us will ever make in our entire lifetime. And we don't want to see you get buyer's remorse. The reason people get buyer's remorse is because they don't think through the location. They don't think through the kind of house that they want. Maybe they're a person that wants a 1-story and they went into a 2-story, a 3-story. Well, if that's the case, then no matter what that 2-story, 3-story has got going on in it, at some point you're going to get fed up with it and want that single-story home, or vice versa. I've met with some families that are strictly single-story people. I've met with some families that are strictly 2-story or 3-story people. Whatever kind of people you are, single-story, 2-story, make sure that you commit to it and follow it through. Even if there's a whole bunch of homes or not a whole bunch of homes on the market, stick to what you're looking for in your home and make sure that you get it right. Maybe schools are important to you, and if they are, then make sure that you find the school district that you love and that you are ready to buy a home within that school district, even if that home might need a little bit of fixing upping, or maybe it's your dream home. But make sure that you're getting in the type of school district that you want. Maybe it's the commute time from the neighborhood that you're going to live in. Maybe that's an important aspect. Make sure that you're factoring that out and using Google just to simply type in the address of the home and then type in where you go to work, and make sure the commute distance is realistic and what your expectations are to help you with that, okay? The worst thing in the world is to buy a home, figure out that you really should have thought it through. You got too emotional in the process up front. I'll go ahead and make one of my videos I made about the emotional steps of buying a house available right now in the cards above. It's really good stuff to be clear on what you're about to experience in as far as an emotional standpoint. But sometimes people get really caught up in the emotions and the logic goes out the window, and they find themselves buying the kind of homes that aren't exactly going to make them the happiest because they didn't think it through, they didn't slow it down a little bit. Now, maybe if you're a handy person, maybe you want to look for a home that's a little bit of a fixer-upper. Just make sure how much of a fixer-upper is going to depend on how much money you have in the bank, because those fixing uppins, even they gotta have money. They gotta have money for that fixing uppin, right? So you gotta make sure that you got enough money in the bank to support that, even if you plan on doing sweat equity. Now, maybe it's not your thing, and maybe a more turnkey, move-in-ready home is more your thing. Well, make sure that you're looking for those kind of homes too. Now, I'm gonna give you a pro tip here today to make sure that you're very, very capable of being crystal clear on what you're looking for. So the pro tip is this. It's a simple exercise. Go grab yourself a stack of sticky pads. I don't care what color. They could be purple, yellow, green, whatever, right? Your favorite color sticky notes, and go get them down. And what you want to do is you want to sit down, and if it's you and your significant other, then ideally you both go to separate rooms or separate ends of the house and sit down and write down your must-haves, your desirables, and things that the house should not have in it. Write them down. Just write down one thing per sticky note. Once you're done, go ahead and collectively get together and start peeling them off based upon priorities. Think of it as like a pyramid. Put the most important things on top, put the things that are moderately negotiable in the middle, and put the things that are completely negotiable on the bottom. Doing that helps you become crystal clear on what's important to you. So maybe a 3-bed house is mandatory. Maybe it having 2 bathrooms, mandatory. Maybe it having at least 1,600 square feet, mandatory, right? And then maybe some negotiable things could be, well, we would like it to have granite. We would like it to have an upgraded kitchen, or we would like it to have an upgraded master bathroom, right? Maybe you're more negotiable on those things. And maybe the things that you're completely negotiable on, maybe you would like to have a pool, but if it doesn't have a pool, it's okay. And you're willing to say, okay, if it has it, it has it. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's okay. And maybe that's a completely negotiable item. By doing that, it'll help put into perspective what you're looking for in your new home and help you make your decision going forward. Now, the third thing that successful home buyers do is they always choose their real estate agent wisely. It's extremely important. You're going to be spending a lot of time with this real estate agent that you choose. You want to make sure that you get a trusted real estate advisor that's on your side, that's not trying to push you, but is keeping it real with you and being straightforward and honest with you about the home buying process where you're located. Again, if you need help finding a top agent where you live, just let me know. My contact info is below, okay? So here's the thing. A lot of people should always turn to their family and friends first and ask for a referral to maybe a family agent or somebody that they know, and what were their experiences with them. If they say, hey, yeah, we worked with such and such an agent, but we wouldn't recommend them to anyone, then that means that's not the right agent for you, okay? But maybe they say glowing things about a real estate agent that they worked with 5 years ago or something like that, right? What you still want to do, always want to do this, is get that agent's information and Google the agent. This is where people get it wrong all the time, and I don't want to see you get this wrong. They don't Google that agent. They're not checking for the online reviews or the ratings or their past sales history, which for reference, you would like to have an agent that has at least 12 or more closings a year to be able to represent you as a buyer or a seller for that matter, okay? That means that they're always in the process. An average agent only closes between 3 and 4 homes a year. Do you want that kind of experience, or do you want the agent that has 12 or more closings a year helping you and representing your best interest on your biggest purchase in your life? Kind of a no-brainer, right? So make sure you Google the agent, please. It's something that happens all the time. Or again, people pick up the phone, they give me a jingle, and they say, hey, Andrew, I want to go check out this house. We have the conversation about the pre-approval. Okay, great. Oh, by the way, we talked to like 25 other agents. Okay, great. And that's normally what I'll tell you. Okay, great. How's that working for you? Oh, well, a lot of them, we were able to weed out a few, and, we didn't like some of them never got back to us, or whatever the case was. And my question is always saying, wonderful. Have you Googled them? No. Well, do you think we should? Absolutely, including Googling me. Make sure that the agent that you're looking at and you're setting that appointment with is somebody that you want to work with. You guys are going to be working extremely closely together, and you got to have that comfort and that trust and that confidence in each other that everything's going to be working along smoothly. By working with a trusted real estate advisor that has your back, they're going to give you peace and comfort every step of the way, and they're going to keep you up to date every step of the way, and you'll never be wondering where you are in your home buying process and if you're making a good decision or not. You'll always know you're making a good decision when you're in the hands of a trusted real estate advisor, because we're not concerned with the commission. I know that some of you watching this right now might be, what? Yes, that's how we earn our living, is commission. But I, as a trusted real estate advisor, am not concerned with it. I am concerned about you. The commission takes care of itself by taking care of you and listening to what's important to you and focusing on your needs and your wants and your priorities and being honest with you at all times. A trusted real estate advisor can make or break your transaction, and it can also assist you from keeping away from buyer's remorse. Do not get buyer's remorse, because what will happen with buyer's remorse is you're going to be calling another agent to come out and sell your home, and it's going to cost you more money than it should have at the end of the day, because now you'll be buying a home, selling a home, and buying another, right? $1 today is worth more than $1 tomorrow. Get it right, plan it out now. today. The fourth thing successful homebuyers do is they always make a good offer. Now, making a good offer depends on what kind of market that you're in. Is it a seller's market, buyer's market, or a stabilized market? You need to know what the trends are. You need to know what you're looking at with making a good offer. Don't dilly-dally. Don't think, oh, well, I want to try to lowball them and see if they take it. Okay. If you're in a sales market, well, that's not going to work and you're just wasting everybody's time. So, what's going to happen is that you always want to ask your trusted real estate advisor to run what's called a comparative market analysis on a property. And running a comparative market analysis on a property, we can come up with a very good indication of whether that property is overpriced, underpriced, or correctly priced. In doing so, then you'll know how to write the offer. Now, if a home is listed at like $500,000 and the house is worth $475,000, writing an offer of $475,000 in that case is not a low ball offer. So make sure that your trusted real estate advisor is submitting the comparables along with it. One of the things that we do on the Andrew Finney team is always comp out the property and submit the comps that we use along with the offer so everybody knows where it's at. Remember, negotiations are nothing more than a conversation. The sellers put their thought process out there by listing the property of what they would like to get for it. You're putting your offer out there for what you would like to pay for that property. If you're in a seller's market, it's extremely important to get your offer right because the chances are you're not the only one bidding on that property. Now, with a buyer's market or a stabilized market, that's where it comes into knowing the market conditions and leaning on your trusted real estate advisor's counsel based upon the norms in that market. Okay? Think about that and always make sure you're writing a good offer and ask your real estate agent, what is a good offer for us and a good offer strategy for us going forward? Now, the fifth thing that successful homebuyers do is they always reassure the seller and the listing agent that they're sincere and they're serious. How do you do that? A good practice is get with your trusted real estate advisor and offer the seller and the buyer within the actual offer underneath. There's a spot in most offers that have like additional terms, right? With that, tell your trusted real estate advisor that you would like to make the loan officer's information available to the seller and buyer for them to contact them, whether it's the seller or whether it's the listing agent, to contact your loan officer directly if they are curious about the strength of your loan pre-approval. That conversation with your loan officer about your loan pre-approval letter is probably going to sound something like this. Yes, I ran a direct underwriting and loan prospecting tool on them. Yes, they passed the automated underwriting system. Yes, they have the right credit scores. Yes, they have the finances in the bank to close and make good on their down payment. And yes, their FICO scores are in order, and yes, everything is ready to go. What are the questions you have for me? It's not that loan officer is going to share all your personal details and everything else or give them the amounts of money. No, that's not the purpose of that. What it is, the purpose of that is to show confidence in your offer. That's how confident you are in your loan pre-approval. You can't do that unless you got that loan officer that's already verified all of your stuff up front. It's essentially gone through an automated underwriting process up front or a manual underwrite if that was needed to get your loan pre-approval. So having that and putting that into the additional terms of your offer greatly strengthens your offer. A lot of offers I got accepted for clients like that, and it shocked the heck out of the seller and the listing agent when we did it. Like, oh my God, my seller had 7 offers on the table, or my seller had 13 offers on the table. They took yours because you made the loan officer available and no one else did. Well, how's that for you whenever you're in a multiple offer situation by just playing that card of saying, yes, we're confident that we can close. Are you? Think about that one. It's a lot of fun. So now, finally, whenever you get into the closing process, don't dilly-dally. Make sure that you're committed to your dates, from your home inspection to your home appraisal dates to any dates that you have in your closing process, and make sure that you're abiding by them and that you're performing to the T to make sure that you close on time. That will keep peace and comfort and confidence for not only you, but also the listing agent and the seller at the same time, to make sure everybody's working together in case something does come up that needs to be a little bit more negotiable. Putting goodwill and good energy into the situation and doing each of our part will ensure that you're successful in buying your new home. Now, it's time for you to get out there and find your new home, right? So here's what I'd like you to do. I'd like you to tell me what you're thinking about this episode in the comment section below, along with any of your other successful home buying tips with us. Help our community continue to learn and grow together. Now I'm going to go ahead and pop up my contact information. If you need help finding a top agent where you live, or if you simply want to drop me a line to say hello, my contact info is on the screen and down below. If you haven't already done so, I'm going to ask you to do 3 things. Number 1, please subscribe to this channel. Number 2, please like this video. Number 3, please share this video around with someone you know it's going to be able to help, because just like you, I'm sure you can think of just one other person that would love to know how to become a successful home buyer. Please share it with them. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pop up some videos around me. Please go ahead and check them out. Send them out to your favorite friends. Check out the next one that's of interest to you. And let me know what you think about that video in the comment section below too. And of course, in between now and next time, I'm wishing you and yours a lifetime full of love, wealth, abundance, and happiness. Thank you for watching today, team, and enjoy an amazing day.